Okay, look, family. I know what you're gonna say. Where have we been? Why haven't we been talking to y'all? We're gonna get into that right now. So let's go.
I don't know why you're so like down. I don't know why your energy isn't up. Because look, my name is Jack Posey,
Mine, so
and on the accountability call, we don't get down. Come on, bro. Come on, bring that energy up.
you're right.
Like
You're right.
like I was saying, look, everybody, family, we haven't been around for a while. It's been about a week. You know, you haven't seen our posts on LinkedIn or our YouTube videos. You haven't been getting our weekly Wednesday PS quotes, and you just haven't seen a lot from us. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. And we're going to explain why we have been kind of on a little hiatus away from everything, and what you guys should expect from Ahmad and I and the accountability call going forward. So,
Yeah.
before we do all that, let's do this one last time for right now. Ahmad, give a okay. You know what? So let's just hop right into it. You know what? Oh, I got mail. It's from my grandma. Nice. But so let's just hop into. So Ahmad, tell everybody what's going on, what we're gonna do, and then we'll move on a little bit.
All right, so family, look, we have had 43 great episodes. This will be 44, and we're loving what we're doing, right? But you guys got to understand, Jack and I, we're in season now, right? So we have to take a break, but we're not completely taking a break in the sense we're going to be taking a break. We're not going to be posting, but we are going to be working on the accountability call. We're going to be working on things from the business standpoint of how we can come back bigger and better and rejuvenated. So it's not bad news, right? It's just now it's the time for me and Jack to focus on our seasons. And then on the other side, try and build this business, this brand to as big as we can. So that's kind of what's going on.
Yeah, so like Ahmad said, with his season, with COVID kind of interfering and pushing his season back to spring, lacrosse being a spring sport, we're both hopping into it. My first game is coming up in 2 weekends, so February 20th, that's gonna be our first game. And like Ahmad was saying, like we're both taking some pretty hard classes this semester. You know, we have our seasons also, which a lot of film, a lot of practice, a lot of prep for the body. Got to be ready to go. And like Ahmad's kind of mentioning, we do want to build, and we are building the accountability call business up to more than just these podcasts. So we are devoting a lot of time and energy into building this brand and, like Ahmad said, creating a future for not only the company, not only for Ahmad and I, but for everybody in the accountability family. So stay tuned. Like Ahmad said, we will be back. We'll get you guys a start date. So this is the end of season 1 of the Accountability Call podcast. We will get you guys a start date for season 2, which will more than likely be either the end of May or the beginning of June, kind of depending on when Ahmad and I schedule works. But until then, you're not going to see a lot from us on this platform. But kind of moving forward in the episode, one thing I wanted to do in the beginning that I kind of held off because I wanted you guys to hear why we were kind of putting this on pause. But so Ahmad and I, if you guys have been paying attention, watching our episodes from the beginning, you see we always start off by giving you guys a little explanation of ourselves. I could probably tell you word for word what Ahmad would say if I told him to tell the people who he is. He'd probably do the same thing for me. So we like to change it up sometimes. And I think, Ahmad, a great thing today for us to do would be what is Ahmad Shah's favorite memory from starting the Accountability Call podcast until now? So, like, what was it? November 1st or October 30th or something like that was our first episode. Since that point, what has been your favorite memory with the podcast?
I would say, and that's a tricky one because there's so many good ones. I would say number one, there's a few, right? Definitely we got to talk about my hairline, right? No question. And I think there was this one episode when we first introduced the clip jars, and it wasn't caught on camera, but I had a jar of paper clips, 300 paper clips in the jar, and I emptied it out because Jack had said we need an empty clip jar and one in a jar with clips in it, right? So the one that had 300, I was like, all right, and it needs to be empty. So on the spot, I wish the camera would have caught it, but I on the spot turned the clip jar around 300 clips on my floor. And then the last one, man, I don't know. I really don't know. There's just been so many great episodes. You gotta come back to me on that one.
Yeah, I think so. So you guys, what you see is if I'm talking, you see my face. If Ahmad's talking, you see his face. But this is on Zoom, right? Thank whatever for Zoom. Zoom is taking over our lives, but I can see Ahmad right now as I'm talking. So I saw him dump it out, but I guess the camera was on me. We went back and watched it. I was like, I guess the camera just likes me more. But no, that I got a kick out of it. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see it, but I'm gonna go with my. So I'll give two quick memories. No, so three. The first one pretty basic. I just want to thank Brandon, Mike, and Phil, our three guests in season 1. You guys were awesome. Ahmad and I are so appreciative of you guys coming on and sharing your stories and just kind of becoming a part of this accountability family. So, Brandon, Mike, and Phil, thank you very much. I just want to get that out there. Those were some of Ahmad and I's favorite episodes. So,
Yeah,
but my favorite memories, I think one that's funny is Ahmad and I, we were going through the episodes probably like a week ago. I mean, Ahmad, he's bringing up his hairline, but if you go back to our first episode, we were laughing about this. I have just a massive head of hair. Ahmad has, his hood up, hairlines, not the sharpest, and then he had his glasses on with the glare. And our camera quality was terrible because we were using our laptop cameras. So just going back in that moment, I was really appreciative just because we could look back to where we started and kind of how we cleaned up a little bit. We cleaned up a little bit from an image standpoint and also with the camera. Got a little art in there too. Shout out my sister, she's awesome.
I got mine right here. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so and then I want to. There's so many people to thank, and we can do a whole other thank you episode. But you've also seen the how do you put this? The progression of our YouTube page, and you can go back to the very first episodes and you see how what do you call them? Like thumbnails were like and now they've progressed. So we have our faces on it, what the episode title is, episode number, all of that. So just seeing this whole thing grow has been awesome. And when we reflected that one day, that was great. I know what you're about to do, Ahmad.
I gotta put it. I gotta put it up. I got it.
So as Ahmad's doing that, my second one, I'll go with this just because, and I'm not saying to all the people in our thank you episodes that this one episode thank you was the best. I'm just saying this because it was the first. But our first thank you episode, Ahmad and I literally thanked as many people as we could. And then afterwards, we were both like, whoa, we thanked way too many people. Because then we were thinking for next week, we were like, man, like we want to thank them again. And, we struggled for a second to find out who to thank next, but it came to us pretty easily. But that first thank you episode, man, I had the best feeling in my stomach ever afterwards. Yeah. So, and to the other people who we thanked in episode 2 or thank you episode 2, 3, and 4, that doesn't make you any less. That doesn't make you any more. For the people we haven't thanked yet, we'll get to you. But that the first one we did was just absolutely awesome. So those are my 2 favorite memories.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the thank you episodes were amazing. Special guest episodes were awesome too. I would say the most. Okay, how about this? One more, and then with one more, and then we're gonna jump into our PS quotes. Our last PS quotes.
And real quick, I always say you probably have the better PS quote, but today I guarantee you I have the better one. Guarantee.
Think so?
I guarantee you. So say your last part, and then let's wrap off, finish up season 1, and with some PS quotes. But you got it.
So now this is on the spot, Jack. Tell me one thing that you have learned from season 1.
Ooh, good question.
On the spot.
So the first thing that comes to my mind, and I think the most important thing out of this, like we started these calls to help each other. We started the podcast to help others, right? And it's kind of like you could say we're kind of giving some advice. We're giving like tips and we're giving reminders to people. Not just people, the family, the viewers, all you out there who are watching this now. But the thing I learned the most is kind of the whole idea of practicing what you preach. And I really think that's a reason why we're taking a break, right? We didn't share with you guys, but this month, our 1, 2, 3s, one of my habits that I'm kicking out, or one of the things that I'm saying goodbye to is spreading myself too thin. Because I'd always try to do way too much. I wouldn't be so productive. And one of the reasons why we had to, put this on pause, end season 1, so we can focus on our seasons, is because we were spreading ourselves way too thin. So that's just one example, but I think now is going to be a great time for you and I, Ahmad, because we've had this conversation even this morning. And now it's time to like get back to the root, get back to the basics, get back to what we do best. And that's holding each other accountable and actually kind of, chasing our potential and maximizing, maximizing our goals. I don't even know how to put it. But just helping each other go out and do and achieve and succeed. So that's probably the thing I learned the most.
Yeah.
You say you got to do.
Yeah.
And now it's time for you and I to go out and do. So I'm going to shoot that question right back at you. What about you?
Definitely, I would say I learned about myself a lot more, right? Just from my own kind of tendencies. But overall, I love how you said practice what you preach. And this might be cliche, but I learned how to really hold myself accountable, right? And really understand what it means to hold yourself accountable. And then on top of that, make goals and things that you can actually achieve and cross those off. So now you're holding yourself accountable and then you're celebrating those small victories. That's really the two big things. Learn how to hold myself accountable, and I learned how to celebrate the small victories.
So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, doing all the things you've been doing all season long. Ahmad and I are truly grateful for everybody who's watched and supported us, not only on the YouTube, but on the LinkedIn and also on the Instagram, and everybody who just helped us along the way. So without further ado, let's finish with our PS quotes. And you're going to go first because I have a surprise. That I was actually saving for this moment that you have no idea about.
All
so right. Ahmad and the viewers, the people, everybody, the family, you're all going to see this at the same time. And I'm the only person, minus my roommates, who knows about this. So
yeah,
got it. Let's see it. What's your PS quote?
All right. So my PS quote, and this is for something, family, for you guys to take until we come back, is all the places you will go if you put away your fears. All right. So now, while we're not going to really be, seeing each other right now, keep that quote in mind whenever it gets tough or whenever, big obstacle. So one more time, all the places you will go if you put away your fears.
I know you love that one. That's a great quote. But I have to show you up one time. I have to show you up.
Come on, let me hear it.
So, quick disclaimer. No, do not ask me for it. It's not going to happen. Not now. Later it will. And then this kind of comes with what Ahmad and I are saying when we're going to develop the business. And one day far down the road, obviously we can't do anything right now because, we're in college. So, but our PS quote for the day is a homemade one. And it's improvements aren't crazy. They're expected. And we got a t-shirt. And this one has Ahmad's name written all on it. So this will get shipped up to you, Ahmad. I'm wearing the shirt right now. Check this thing out.
Oh, way.
So, like I said, don't ask me for it right now. I bought 2 shirts, one for me, one for Ahmad. Like I said, boom. The accountability call and our own very own quote. Improvements aren't crazy, they're expected. And then on the sleeve, we got it's a V of a V1, so volume 1 for season 1, volume 1 of the accountability call. So I wasn't gonna show this to you on this episode. I was gonna mail it to you, but I thought I had to. I had to. So this is coming your way, bro. That's a part of the future. We'll get there eventually, but for right now, everybody, the PS quote I'm gonna give you this one more time. Improvements aren't crazy, they're expected. So keep that in mind. That shirt's coming to you. Congratulations on a first fantastic, great season. This has made such an impact on my life. I know it has on yours as well. So that's all I have for today. Like I said, please like, comment, subscribe. We will get you guys a date for when we're coming back. When I pulled that shirt out, I don't know if you guys saw Ahmad's face, but he lit up like a Christmas tree. Thank you everybody. I'm super grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you, family. One more time, thank you. We really appreciate you. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So when we come back, we're gonna come back bigger and better, and we're gonna come back ready to go. So let's do it.
Hey, and I showed you up on one. That's all I need to do. This shirt's coming to you, bro. What's it called? Yeah, no, it literally came in like a couple days ago. I was like, yes, I'm using this. But one last time, my name is Jack Posey.
Marshall.
And this is the accountability call.
Catch y'all in season 2, fam.
Peace.